Hello, Tarot Tribe. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new and joining in for the first time, welcome to Moon Arrow Tarot. Today, we're getting into a review, flip through, and card pull of this Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle by Lon. If you are new here, we'll talk about the packaging, we'll get inside, see what comes along with this deck, and then we will talk about the cards, get into our flip through, and then we will finish up with a card pull so that you guys can see how the guidebook breaks interpretations of the cards down. So without further ado, let's talk about the packaging. This comes in a two-piece firm, hard, sturdy cardboard box that I absolutely love. It is a very shiny finish on this box, very high gloss on the outside. On the front, we have this band at the top that reads the title of the deck, Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. At the bottom, we have a kind of gold foil band here that reads the creator or author's name, Lon. And then in the center, we have an image depicting one of the cards from the deck that gives us kind of a preview of what we will see on the cards as we get into it. On the right and left sides of the top lid of the box, it is mirrored with the name of the Oracle deck and the publisher's name, which is Beyond Words. And then kind of looks like in the background behind that title that we have some of those circular and kind of starry imagery painted in the back. On the top of the box, we have again the title of the Oracle deck. And then on the bottom, we have our barcode and then information about the publisher here. Like I said, that is Beyond Words. And it does make mention of the contents now that we have 44 cards and a 160-page guidebook inside. Taking a look at the back, so with the base of our box packaging, at the top, it tells us again what is included, 44 cards and a 160-page guidebook. And below that, beneath it, it reads, discover the language of your soul. Fine-tune your awareness with sacred geometry and enter the realm of multidimensionality. Plato referred to a sacred geometry as the language of the soul. For thousands of years, sacred geometry has been a part of every culture. It is bond that connects us all to the cosmos. It is the true design of our soul. Sacred geometry is the blueprint of creation at the core of all form, even at the core of you. Quantum artist Lon has created 44 activations that encourage your analytical mind to step aside so you can enter the domain of the subconscious and the soul and connect to the quantum field. The space of infinite potential. Working with these cards on a daily basis will help you to think outside the box, create a deeper sense of peace in your life, and become a powerful conscious creator. On the right side of that intro to the deck, we have 5 cards that are depicted from the deck here. And then we also have additional imagery or activation images at the bottom. The cards, if I can make them out here, that we see on the back are Remembrance, Universal Love, Romantic Love, Discernment, and it looks like Passion. So it doesn't really give us anything yet about the creator, but it very much talks about the history of sacred geometry and its relation to Plato, and then gives a little bit of a snapshot into the purpose of this oracle deck. So let's get inside and see what comes with these cards. Talk about the inside of the box quick. So the outside, the paper is kind of a continuation here, but it does stop short. And then inside over the cardboard, what we're seeing is a blue paper covering, which kind of goes along with that ethereal theme of the whole deck. And we also have a cardstock insert folded into the base of the box that houses the cards. The size of the box is larger to accommodate a larger guidebook. So with that, we will get into our guidebook now. So you can tell that the guidebook is sizably different than the cards here, which is why the box is so big. Quite a bit of a size difference there. Taking a look at our guidebook, it looks very similar to the front of our box. We have that band at the top denoting the title of the deck. Beneath it, It reads Guidebook, and then at the very bottom we have Lawn. And our imagery here from the front of the box is kind of off-centered now a little bit and zoomed in on the guidebook. So getting inside, we have our title page, of course, and then our table of contents starts off with the introduction, and then it breaks down every single card individually, which is always nice, especially with Oracle decks, so that cards that you're not familiar with are much easier to find. And as stated before, this is a 44 card deck. So we get to the 44th card entry, and then we see the appendix. This includes a glossary. There's also a basic numerology and symbology section, basic color meanings section as well. And then we get right into the introduction, which is pretty long, so I am going to save that for you guys to read on your own if you so choose this deck. As we look into the back of the book, I will point out those additional entries in the appendix. So we have the glossary, things that are notated in here: akasha, chakra, frequency, high energy, multidimensionality, new reality, vibrational being. Then, as stated, there's a basic numerology and symbology section. So, for instance, let's see here. Number 4 represents the form-based world we live in. It stands for Earth and the physical material world. It also represents foundation and structure. Number 8 is the manifestation number. It stands for practicality and organization. And then there's a section here for master numbers, which seems to go through number 11, 22, 33, 44 through 99. Although it does state there in that section, 44 through 99 are not yet defined, as we do not have the collective consciousness to be able to understand what they are about. However, in esoteric circles, the number 44 has been called the double manifestation number, referring to our increasing capacity to be co-creators of our own reality here on Earth. And then lastly, there was the symbology section: circle, spiral, square, triangle, flower, and flower of life. And then it ends with a basic color meanings section, touching upon, it looks like the whole basic spectrum there: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, indigo, pink, violet, white, gold, and silver. So I'll read one of those for you. For instance, gold symbolizes abundance, wealth, and power. It is connected to the sun and the masculine. And then silver symbolizes money, intuition, and the realm of imagination. It is connected to the moon and the feminine. And so we'll get into that a little bit more. We'll take a look at individual card entries so that we can break down how exactly that is interpreted there for a card. Speaking of cards, let's talk about this deck. We can see here on the backs, it's very simple, and I believe this is kind of reminiscent of the depiction of the throat chakra card in the deck, at least with the coloration and the imagery on the backs of the cards. Not fully reversible. We have some dots here at the top, and then at the bottom we do not. It just kind of like has a faded light appearance. But the cards are definitely high gloss, like the front of our box. So they're going to glide easily for any type of shuffling, riffle, hand over hand, or corgi. So much high gloss though, kind of reminiscent of the This Might Hurt Tarot deck, mass market edition. Initially, at least for maybe corgi or hand over hand, they may stick a little bit until you get some air in between there. And so we will grab a single card and take a look at pliability. I would say these have a moderate thickness to them. They're not overly thick, and they definitely don't feel thinly cheap. But they've got a nice flexibility and pliability there, and no doubt that kind of plasticky high gloss finish does help with that. Take a couple of these, and we'll do a riffle example. And so take a look at the shape retention there. So they do hold the shape after a shuffle, and the bend back, if they self-correct pretty well. I almost like they self-correct a little too well where they took on the new shape there. Um, Not bad. They do seem to self-correct pretty well. All right, and then let's talk about the size and shape. I do think that in terms of an Oracle deck, this may be, I feel like there's two shapes, sizes with Oracle decks, the larger and then the smaller for an Oracle. This would definitely be the larger, quite blocky and chunky. I can barely fit my small hand around this deck lengthwise. So additionally, you can see that the edges are not gilded. So they are a raw white edge here, but all of the edge to edge coloring on the cards is the same. It is this kind of gold yellow color. So we don't see any strange colors popping out and drawing attention there from the edge to edge. It stays pretty uniform despite not having gilded edges. So with that, get into it. I did want to show, just for my hand over hands out there. Now, mind you, this is a brand new deck, so I don't have that air in between yet. They do stick a bit. I'll do this. So once you get that broken up, you get the air in between, you get some good shuffles going through the cards, they'll definitely shuffle a bit better with that high gloss, easy glide. Okay guys, let's get into our flip through. Starting off with card number 1, there are 44 cards in this deck. I'm just going to read the number and the title of the card. I'm not going to read each of the encapsulations and meanings of the cards that are included at the bottom, just so that we can keep this review and flip through pretty succinct. So starting with the first card, we have the root chakra. Number 2, we have the sacral chakra. Number 3 is the solar plexus chakra. And 4 is the heart chakra. Number 5, we have the throat chakra. Number 6, third eye chakra. Number 7 with the crown chakra. And then starting with number 8, now we get into the symbolic cards of the deck. Number 8 being alchemy. And all of these have the activation imagery on them. Number 9 with allowance. Number 10 with authority. Number 11 with belief. Number 12 with change. 13 is coherence. 14 with communication. 15 with compassion. 16 is conception. 17 is consciousness. 18 is cosmic flower. 19 is delight. 20 with discernment. 21 is divine feminine. 22, divine masculine. 23 is dynamic. 24 is earth. 25, emergence. 26, empowerment. 27, fertility. 28, Gaia. 29, healing. 30, integration. 31 is magic. 32, Merkaba. 33, miracle. 34 is passion. 35 is perception. 36 is prosperity. 37 is realization. 38, remembrance. 39, romantic love. 40 is soul time. 41 is synergy. 42, tantric journey. 43 is transition. And finally, 44 is universal love. And if you are interested in knowing what the meanings and descriptions of the cards are at the bottom of each card, I will include an additional link to a video that I'm going to do after this video, and we will go through each of these cards again, reading what the descriptions portray and say at the bottom of each card. And so if you're interested in that, take a look up there. I will have that posted in the video. We're going to do a random card pull now. Let's go with this. All right, we've got card number 26, empowerment. So let's get into how this card is broken down into our guidebook. So our entry for empowerment is on page 67 in the guidebook. And the first thing that we see is we have the imagery depiction of the card. The whole card itself is not depicted in the book, and it is not in color, but we do have the sacred geometry symbol that is included in the book. At the top, it reads the card number and the card name. Beneath that, it is reading the description that is on the bottom of the card. And so that reads, the frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we all are connected through the same source. And then beneath that, the entry for the card in the book reads, empowerment refers to the process of enabling or giving power to, and we typically associate power with strength. In the new energy, however, strength not only refers to the totality of everything that makes us strong on the outside, like our physical form and shape, but includes the inner qualities of wisdom, balance, flexibility, adaptability, and courage. Our true power is deeply rooted in our knowing of who we are, our connection to source and self. When we are clear about who we are, we can be clear about what we are here to do. This clarity is empowering. In the empowerment image, we see human shapes with their arms over their heads, referring to the state of completeness that every human can reach on their own. They also show us the power of our connection because we are all connected to the same source. We can overcome any perceived differences and combine our power toward a more conscious reality. All the shades and gradations of blue refer to our ability to express ourselves in the world. Blue is also considered to be the color of truth. The red in the center refers to our ability to ground and identify ourselves in the physical world. Red stimulates courage, strength, power, and determination. And the yellow balls emerging from the middle refer to the inner power that flows from our center into the grid of the flower of life, the basis of our form-based reality. And then there's an additional section here titled Try This. So I believe these are techniques to resonate with the card. Take a breath and go inside yourself for a thoughtful moment. Contemplate all the aspects of you that are supporting you to be your fullest expression. Do you speak and live your truth? Are you comfortable showing up fully as yourself wherever you go? Try dressing up for no particular reason besides celebrating and empowering yourself. And then it goes into the next card. So that's our entry for how the cards are broken down in the guidebook for the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. I hope that this review has been helpful for you all. As I said, I will also be doing a full video reading through the descriptions that are included on the bottom of every card if you're interested in that. Watch to the end of the video. There will be a video link there so that you guys can jump right over to that. I really appreciate you all being here, and joining me for this flip through of the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. I hope that you all have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next video.